Hey, this is Chris, but my friends call me Stones. Thanks for checking out my channel. And thanks for checking out my latest video. Thanks for rolling with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. That's why this channel is called Rolling with Stones, because you're rolling with me, you're hanging out with me, you're coming alongside of me, and you're spending some time as I share some things that I've been doing in my life that maybe hopefully you find to be entertaining, educational, amusing, boring, who knows. But I go to yard sales, garage sales, estate sales, and I find things to resell for a profit to make a full-time living. I've been doing this since June 1st of last year, and I want to show you some of the stuff that I got over the weekend at yard sales, garage sales, and I actually went to 2 estate sales, which has become more normal for me. I normally avoid estate sales. And I found some good stuff. I found another grail, something that's kind of connected to a past video, and I hinted about this on my Instagram video. So let's get started. Thursday, there was no yard sales. There's no garage sales. I didn't find a thing. And things are slowly coming to a halt here in Ohio as the weather changes. I'm seeing less and less of it every weekend, and it's a little disheartening. It's a little sad because I enjoy it, and I don't want to go through the winter, and I have to wait for it to happen again next year before I can start doing this again. Anyways, didn't find anything on Thursday, but on Friday I found a handful of yard sales and garage sales, but only bought one thing. I bought this Scentsy warmer, brand new in the box, for 10 bucks. I pick these up if I can find them at a good price. Some people, they have them overpriced. And there are some Scentsy dealers that will try to have yard sales and sell off things as well, and they typically have them overpriced as well. But what I do with these is I put them together with the actual Scentsy wax bars. And earlier this year, at one of the first yard sales that I went to, I bought a huge batch of the Scentsy wax bars for I think about $1 a piece. And I've sold quite a few of them, and some of the odds and ends ones I put together with these Scentsy warmers, and it's kind of upsells them. It makes them more interesting to the buyer. Hopefully it's worked so far, and hopefully they feel like they're getting a better deal with me than they are getting with someone else who has the same warmer, but without the bars. So for example, this one I have listed for $45, but they get 5 wax bars for free. And those wax bars are not cheap. They're pretty much $45 is retail for, I think, 5 of those bars alone. So they're pretty much getting the Scentsy for free, the Scentsy warmer. So hopefully someone sees that and thinks that's a good buy, and then I make my profit. That was Friday. And then on Saturday, I was coming home from the gym, and I was driving around kind of looking for yard sales and garage sales. I wasn't expecting much, but I did come across a sign for an estate sale, and it was so small I almost missed it. I had to turn back around, take another look at the sign to see what the address was even where it was at. I found the house, and when I first pulled up to the house, I thought I made a mistake. I thought I was wrong about this estate sale because I wasn't seeing any activity. I saw no sign in front of the house. I saw no other cars. Normally you see people walking in and out of the house. Normally there's a lot of activity. I thought I made a mistake, and I even turned around and went back to the first sign that I saw to make sure. And sure enough, it was the right day, it was the right time. It was just that there was nothing going on at that house. So I went back and walked up to the front door, and the lady waved me in. And I was there by myself the whole time. It was just me and the 3 family members who were running this estate sale, which I felt was really odd. Now, I had found out from the main lady that the estate sale actually was held once prior. I don't know exactly when, but it was actually an estate sale that was a estate sale company that was hired to do it. And the family was not very happy with the work that was done, how they approached it, how they did it. And so she was doing it by herself a second time, and then even a third time she's doing it at the end of the month. So I bought a few things, paid $19 for everything you see here. I wasn't too happy with this purchase, and the more that I think about it, the less happy I am with it. I paid $1 for this Rugrats container. I do really well with Rugrats, Nickelodeon cartoons, that type of stuff normally does really well for me, but this thing is not worth that much. Maybe $5. It may be a donation. Um, and then I paid up for these. Well, I felt like I paid up for these. These are Gemi plush, animated plush. They all sing, they all dance, they all move. That's if they work. Gemi is a good brand to look for. Gemi makes a lot of licensed um, decorations, Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations mostly. A lot of the animated stuff, a lot of the inflatables you see in people's front yards are made by Gemi, or most of them are. So I picked these up. I didn't know how much they were because she did not have these marked. These were in the basement in a big bin. And then when I went to pay for them, I felt like I had to pay her price because I was the only one there. I felt like I was on the spot, but I paid $5 for the big Frosty, $3 for the small, and $5 for Rudolph. And these aren't worth that much, and especially now that I look at them in the light, like Frosty's smile, his strings are coming loose there. This Frosty is a little dirty. There's some spot stains, and who knows if they even work. But even if they work, they're worth maybe 15 bucks a piece. So I paid a little bit more than what I would have normally. But the thing that kind of the saving grace was this cassette recorder, this GE cassette recorder, cassette player. It's very, very clean. I'm going to add some blank cassettes with this and hopefully get about $30 for that. So that'll pay for everything else. So it wasn't the biggest mistake. Then I went to another garage sale, and I was confused at first because there was a lot of cars parked on this road. And here there was a garage sale and an estate sale taking place at the same time, and they were literally houses apart from each other. Because I pulled right into the driveway of the garage sale and no one was there. Everybody was at this estate sale, which then I ended up avoiding that estate sale for that reason, because I don't like estate sales to begin with. Normally the prices are overpriced, and then you normally don't find anything that great. So I ended up buying all these bobbleheads. The lady sold all of them to me for $15 total, so $3 a piece. She even said, oh, the one's even autographed. Well, I looked at it, and it's not autographed. It's someone who wrote their name at the top of it. That's not his autograph. That's not even his name. But I do okay with bobbleheads. Sometimes they're slow sellers, but they normally sell for $15, $20, $25. There can be some that are worth a lot of money. I doubt any of these are. But I paid $15 for these. I avoided that estate sale, but I did go back later. And that's coming up here in a second. Then I went to this quote-unquote moving sale where this guy was trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff before he moved. And it was actually really busy for how little stuff that he had. He literally had, it seemed like 10 items in his driveway. But this caught my eye. This is a professional gimbal, video gimbal. And I'm looking at upgrading my YouTube videos eventually. And I know that a gimbal would be a good piece of equipment for me. He originally wanted $40 for this. But he also recommended that it's not good for cell phones or GoPros. And that's all I'm using right now. He said it's really meant for a professional video camera. But he said this brand new sells for about $300, I think is what he said. And I looked this up, and in used condition with all these accessories, with the case and everything, I'm thinking I can get at least $30 for this, if not more. I'll have to do more research, but there is money in it, and I am planning on selling it because I don't think I can use this right away. And then I went to another yard sale, and I've been to this house before. And then the first thing that I bought was this mouse, brand new sealed, for $1. This sells for about $25, so good deal on that. Then I saw this box of CDs, and I asked them how much they wanted for their CDs because I didn't see anything marked. I didn't see a sign. And the guy said, and I won't repeat what he called them because it's wasn't inappropriate. Let's put it that way. I think he originally said $1 a piece. Maybe he even said $2 a piece. So I asked him, how much do you want for all of them? Well, he was trying to figure it out. He was about to give me an answer. Then he said, well, you can ask those two. And he pointed to a car that was pulling into the driveway. And here, his wife and his daughter had returned to the house. They had put him in charge while they were gone for some reason. and he wanted me to ask them. So I asked the wife. The wife said she would take $20 for all of them, which was a price that I was kind of considering anyways. But I realized that the price was on the side of the box the whole time, and it says 50 cents a piece, which really 20 bucks isn't that great for all these CDs. I mean, it is less than the amount I would have paid if I would have paid the full 50 cents a piece. But the problem was when I got home and I started going through them, whoever owned this, I think they said it was their sons, was very, very disorganized. So a lot of these CDs were in the wrong cases. I had to do research because not every CD actually has the artist printed, their name printed on the CD, or the name of the album. Sometimes it's just artwork. So I literally had to do research to group these together to put the right CD in the right case. And I still have a stack that I don't believe have cases, and I have cases that are empty that have no CDs, but I basically came away with 35 complete wrap CDs. So at 50 cents a piece, that's only $17, $17.50. And then there's some other non-wrap CDs that I'm probably going to donate to the thrift store that I go to, that I frequent and donate to quite often. And then there's a couple that I'm going to keep. So 35 complete wrap CDs. And I'm probably just going to lot those together and hopefully maybe get $100 for them all, because there's some good titles in there. So, but this mouse, again, pays for everything, even if I made a mistake on the CD. But I think I can get at least $75 for all the wrap CDs. And then, that was Saturday. And then on Sunday, on my way to the gym, I actually passed signs for a yard sale that actually started on Saturday that I must have missed somehow. So I left the gym early, and on my way home, I stopped at this yard sale, and it ended up being run by a guy that I had bought from. He remembered me. I didn't remember him, but I bought from him like 4 or 5 years ago when I first started doing this. And there's an interesting story with the stuff that he had bought me, but that was more of a community sale, so he wasn't at his place. He was at someone else's place, but he remembered me. I don't remember him. I remembered the stuff that I bought from him. Anyways, I ended up not buying anything from him. But he said he had friends showing up with other stuff. So I went home, cleaned up, ate breakfast, went back, still didn't find anything. Wasn't satisfied that I didn't get anything. So I decided I was going to drive around and make sure that there wasn't any other yard sales that I missed, like I missed that one that I had just been to. Well, I remember the estate sale that was taking place next to the garage sale where I bought these bobbleheads. And I said, that shouldn't be a circus act anymore, because it's one day later. I'll go back. And so I did, and sure enough, it wasn't as crazy. And that day, it was the second day, so everything was 50% off. And this is what I bought. So the first thing that I bought were these old paper doll books. They had a box of these, and they're all brand new, mint condition, and it's by this company called Artcraft by, where's it at? It's this company that was located here in Akron, which is where I live, and I didn't know that. Here it's Saalfeld with a double A, and they had a whole box of these. Again, unpunched. There was also coloring books that were not colored in, and the original price was $10 a piece, but because everything was half off, they were $5 a piece. If you look up this company, some of their paper doll books, some of their licensed coloring books, can go into the hundreds of dollars, because they were the ones that printed some of the first coloring books for some of the licenses, like Superman, like some of the TV shows. They were the ones that printed the first kind of merchandise for those shows. So if you have those, they're worth hundreds of dollars. Now, because they've printed so many, I can't even find these specific ones on eBay. So, but the prices are pretty good. So I'm actually going to go back tomorrow, because it's going on tomorrow as well, and they're going to be down to $2.50 a piece, and I'm going to buy up all of them. So at $2.50 a piece, even on average, I think on the low end, these things sell for 15 bucks a piece. On the high end, some of them sell for $40, $50 a piece. I don't know without doing the research. All I know is that $250 is a better price, and that they're minimum worth 15 bucks a piece, and that's worth me going and buying up the rest of them. And there might be 20 more, so I might end up spending at $250 a piece. I might be spending another 50 bucks, something like that. But here's the thing that was the find. Inside a box of books, I found this map, and it was folded up. And if you watch one of my prior videos, I found a vintage map for an amusement park here in Ohio called Cedar Point that I paid $1 for, and that thing's worth about $150. Right now I have it listed, I think, for $150, and I've got like 15 watchers on it. This is Walt Disney, Magic Kingdom. This is the original map from 1971. The last two that sold between, one sold for $150, the other one sold for $225. This one is in perfect condition. There are no stains, no writing, no nothing on this. It is in mint condition. They reprinted this last year for the 50th anniversary. And the one that's reprinted is folded up, and it comes in a sealed, factory sealed in like a bag. But this is the OG, and I know it's the OG because it's the same people that had something like this. Whoever this was didn't go last year. They went back during this time, back 50 years ago when these coloring books and that type of thing came out. So I'm probably going to list this for $200 and see what type of interest I get for it, because it's in great condition. And once again, I'm going to go back to that estate sale. I'm going to try to buy up right when it starts at noon. I'm going to try to buy up every bit of the other coloring books and paper doll books. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.